show on Netflix. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Stranger Things. I was oblivious to this show until my daughter's like, "Dad, you got to watch this show. It's the best show ever. It's the best show. You got to watch it." I'm just like, I don't get into dark, gory, demonic, crazy shit anymore. Like now that I'm getting elderly and shit, I only have so much bandwidth. And if I want to, see something gory or demonic, I'll turn on the news. You know what I mean? But I mean, she literally hounded me. Well, originally, a few years ago when she told me about the show, I managed to just kind of like, shoot her down, and was till, I don't know, about the fourth season came out. I guess she finished it. She was anticipating the last two episodes, I think it was 8 and 9 for season 4, because they didn't. I don't know. There was a delay in the release or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they were rewriting the ending. I don't know. So, anyways, she watched it, and then she just kind of flipped her shit, and she's like, Dad, you gotta watch this show. This show's awesome. You gotta watch this show. And I'm just like, man, I don't. I started watching the first episode a few years ago when she was, hounding me about it, and I just, I couldn't get into it. Kidnapping and I don't, well, I don't know. Should I do spoilers in this video? I don't know. Anyways, maybe, I don't know. For people who live under rocks or just aren't interested in it, I don't want to necessarily spoil this for you, but there may or may not be spoilers if you're planning on watching this, down the road. But anyways, so I couldn't get into it a few years ago, and then, like I said, after season 4, she just was relentless about me watching this show. I mean, it got to the point where I started filming her, following me around the house, like literally harassing me to watch the show. And I said, I tried to watch the one episode and I just couldn't get into it. It was, a little bit slower of a beginning, and it was, obviously dark. And when you're someone who has children, you don't want to watch any fucking thing about kidnapping and fucking death shit. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm good, right? So I'm like, listen, I'll tell you, I'll make a deal with you. I watched the first episode all the way through, and then that's it. I mean, I'm not watching any more than that. I'm not into that. I'm into comedies and fucking Walt Disney shit. Happy endings. And so, anyways, I watched the first episode all the way through. And of course, she wouldn't shut up about me continuing on and watching this. She's like, just watch the second episode. I know the first one's kind of slow. It's the setup. It's gonna be slower. Just watch the second episode. Just what is it, like 2 hours or something worth of your time? Just watch it. If you don't like it, okay, no harm, no foul. But if you do like it, then maybe you could watch every single episode from every single season there is and therefore will be. And I'm like, you're killing me. Long story short, I watched the second episode, and although the majority of the first season was slow, and it was, what kind of got me was the mystery, of like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? And the first thing that I really fell in love with about the show was Harper. I don't know is he the sheriff? I think he's the sheriff. I don't know, he's the chief of police, I think it is. Yeah. So he's played by David Harbour. I believe I'm pronouncing his last name right, which I mean, this dude's fucking awesome. You know, he's I saw a lot of myself in him, and I think that's what kind of connected me to the show, as him being like the vessel or the catalyst to, to really, the way he not only took care of the, the kids, but the whole town. He was trying to, well, I don't know if I should do spoilers, but he's, trying to protect, serve and protect, right? That's what the chief of police does, So, and I kind of got into that, and then Michael, who's played by Finn Wolfhard, I just thought was great as a, a lead as far as the kids go, especially in like the first season. He was kind of like the one that was like driving the story. He's the one that came across 11 and did something that, I mean, I sure as fuck wouldn't have done, especially when I was a kid, which was taking a complete stranger that was dressed in, some type of hospital gown or some type of, mental ward. Fuck, I don't honestly, I don't remember the first introduction of 11, but I know it was some type of like, medical gown or something like that. I'm just like, just kind of Scooby-Dooed along, you know what I mean? Fraggy. So I'm like, starting to slowly kind of like fall in love with these characters. I will say the acting on this show, I mean, is just phenomenal. The kids, I don't know how old they were when they started the show, the first season, but man, their acting's great. And what's the fucking Dustin? I don't remember his name, his real name. I think it's like Gayton or something like that. And his smile, his big smile, he's just so warm and endearing. And he was kind of like the comic relief of the group. You know what I mean? And he kind of stayed, I think, up until the fourth season, when things started getting a little bit hotter. You kind of like let a little bit of the steam out the kettle. You know what I mean? So that was awesome. I don't know how long I've gone rambling on about Stranger Things right now, but considering I was so against watching it, and to be honest with you, I binge watched like literally like almost a season, I'd say, in about 2 or 3 days. So needless to say, after the third season straight binged, I started having some really goofy nightmares, like no bullshit. And it wasn't of the show. Like there was no like demogorgons coming to get me or, like whatever. But I started having these really dark, I mean, I almost want to call it insightful or informing, like dark dreams. I wasn't like being attacked or chased or anything, but it was pretty trippy. And yeah, so I ended up getting into the show. If you guys care about hearing any more of what I think about maybe individual seasons or episodes or characters, let me know. Maybe I'll waste more of my time making a video about Stranger Things. Yeah, because if I say too much more at this point, I don't want to give out spoilers and all this other stuff, because there's things I'd like to say right now to people that are up to speed on Stranger Things. And I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you probably know what the hell's going on. But there's definitely like characters that I hope they bring back. Let's just say that. And then there's other characters that, I don't know. It's just, the writing's great. The Duffer Brothers are, well, maybe I should bite my tongue, depending on how they end. Supposedly, what's going to be the final season. Next season, season 5 is going to be, they're calling it quits, I guess. I don't know if there's going to be spin-offs or whatever. But so far, anyways, the Duffer Brothers are killing it. They're amazing writers. Their story's actually pretty cool. If you don't know their story, they, I guess, they wanted to make Stranger Things, and I guess a lot of people turned them down. But, they stuck to their guns, and I'm glad they did, because, I mean, the show is well written. It's great. The mystery, the way there's so many different storylines going on. I mean, they got a great cast. Everybody's awesome. But I'm going to see, well, I guess we're all going to see, it's going to be a while, though, from what I hear, like at least another year and a half or two before season 5 comes out. But who knows? Maybe I'll make some more videos on Stranger Things. Things. And maybe I won't. Maybe nobody will give a shit about what the fuck I think about Stranger Things, and this will just be a fart in the wind. Well, anyways, I hope everybody has a great day. See you on the other side. Deuces.